Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Oh, I need a storage solution and I have many of these envelopes. They've all been coffee dyed and they are all stuck shut. They were unusual in the fact that they were top loading, not sort of side loading, if you know what I mean. So when you put a letter in, you put it in through the well, what would normally be the side of the envelope. You can see here it's yeah, top loading. What can I say? I don't know how to explain. Instead of the flap being on the long side of the envelope, it's on the short side. That's probably an easier and better way to explain it. So anyway, that aside, what I am going to do is cut all the tops open eventually. Of course, you could do it before you put the thing together, which would probably be smart, but when have I ever done anything smart? So my idea is to just take these envelopes, attach them to each other with tabs and make a top loading storage solution out of them. So that is what I am doing. I have cut a bunch of coffee dyed sheet here. It's nice and thin and easy to work with. Now you'll notice when I make these, I leave them very loose. I like them being flippy floppy and just totally disorganized. I don't know why. You could make the little tabs much snugger and then the whole thing wouldn't flop around so much when you used it, but for whatever reason that is totally my thing. So yeah, anyway. You've probably seen these made before. I've actually done some before myself. It's basically 3 tabs, then 2 tabs, then 3 tabs, then 2 tabs, but yeah, you'll get the gist as I go along. So I'm starting with the outside one, and that will be 3 tabs, and the one that goes on top of it will have those tabs attached to it, but will also have 2 tabs attached to its side, and they will attach to the following envelope. So yeah, very hard to explain so it makes any sense, but you will certainly be able to see it as we go along. Okay, I'm just using the gaps in between my 3 tabs as a guide to where my 2 tabs need to be on the next envelope. I will now attach those 2 tabs to this second envelope. Then I will flip the entire envelope over on top of the first envelope. Once we have it flipped over, we'll use the 3 tabs to secure both of them together. The 2 tabs that we have just put on this envelope will be used to secure the third envelope to the second envelope. It's a long-winded explanation. It's difficult for me to explain this clearly, I think, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing and it will make sense. As we go forward, we will just alternate between 3 tabs and 2 tabs as we build the envelopes on top. You can see here how loose I'm leaving these little tabs. You can make them much snugger against the envelope, and that will save you from having such a sort of loose binding. This is just the way I like to do it. I think it's probably more efficient, I guess, or useful, or nicer for most people to have it a little tighter. But I just like it this way. I hope that has been easy enough to follow. In the interest of not boring you to death, I'm going to cut out some of the rest of this. Suffice it to say that I carried on doing this for quite a few envelopes. Yeah. So I'll cut to the chase, get to the last envelope and show you how to finish it off. Okay, here we are at the second to last envelope. and we are just going to do the same process that we did with the first few. We're up to 3 tabs again, so we'll stick these 3 tabs onto this envelope and flip it over on top of our envelope pile, and then we will attach it with the 2 tabs from the previous envelope. Now that's done and I want to finish off, I am just going to get an envelope and put it straight on top of our pile. This one does not need tabs. We are simply going to attach this one with 3 tabs that were placed on the last envelope. And that is it. It is put together. So we have a tab-bound pile of envelopes, very loosely tab-bound pile of envelopes, as you will see. I will very shortly sort of pick it up by one end and you'll see how loose and floppy it is. It's I don't know what it is I like about that. I think it's just that feeling of imminent disaster, like it's about to all fall apart. I know it's very secure, but it doesn't look that way at all. So I think that just amuses me. But anyway, yeah, like I suggest, it might be more pleasant to bind it a bit closer. Yeah, you see there, it's just, it looks like it's about to collapse, and yeah, that just amuses me no end for some reason. So yeah, do whatever makes you feel most comfortable with that binding. That's my suggestion. Anyway, I am now going to cut open the tops of these envelopes, because the whole point to this was to make a storage solution, and it is a storage solution for large tags, these ones actually. I currently have them in a lever arch folder, which is enormous. So this is much more efficient and much more, much better at, space saving. So yeah, it's an interesting looking solution, admittedly, but I keep a lot of these envelopes, tab bound sort of envelope stacks with ephemera in them, in a box, and yeah, that entire box isn't as big as the lever arch file these ones were stored in, so this is much better for me. So I'll show you the lever arch folder at the end. So anyway, they fit beautifully and I'm very happy with them. So the idea now is to just cut all the tops open and move all the tags over. Right, I'm going to stick all of these down on the front envelope here, but going forward I decide that I'm just going to snip off the excess because yeah, it's just too fiddly to go through and stick them all down. So this one will be done properly and the rest will just be trimmed so that the portions that are not stuck to the envelopes already will be gone. So what I'm going to do is I have a that lever arch folder. In the spine of it I have a piece of paper just a piece of paper that says large tags, so I'm just going to cut that down and stick it to the front of this. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it is because there's large tags sticking out of it, but I thought I might as well use it, so yeah, that's what I'm going to go and grab and pop in on the front of these envelopes. They could definitely use some decorating up. I'm not going to do that today, but yeah, it's definitely something that I will probably get around to doing at a later stage. And don't be concerned, these little pieces of fabric are not going in the bin either, because who would throw those out? They're so awesome. Not me, that too. Yeah, I will be using these little pieces of fabric up along with some others in another project shortly. I'm just going to use this piece of rust dyed bed sheet to work as a closure for this, just to dye it closed so it doesn't flip flop everywhere every time I grab it. Yeah, but that's it. That's what I came up with to replace this great hulking thing, and I'm very pleased with it. Alright guys, I hope you like it too, and thanks for being here today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.